All right, so we're trying it today without actually using my microphone. I want to see how well it picks me up. Ooh. Okay, so we've definitely found something. We have these three bushes right here, these three trees, as well as the little section hanging down over there. Oh, we have a bird feeder over there. I just like the look of this tree. So we're gonna have to try to set up our stand somewhere, see if we can get a picture of it. All right, so we started going out on a bit of a hike today, and I wanted to climb up on top of the hill just to kind of get a bit of a lookout. And I found this tree, and it's interesting because it looks as if it is still sort of dead. However, there is greenery starting to grow from it. So I guess it is still technically alive. However, a lot of the branches look absolutely gnarled and just nasty. And there's like 2 or 3 of them kind of in a bit of a row here. So I'm gonna try to play around with different compositions, just trying to get this in frame. So first thing first, sure, take this off. I'm just gonna walk around kind of, look at the tree and see what I could use as a composition. I think I've definitely found the spot. We're just gonna have to work the composition a little bit. I may need to switch to a 1x1 crop or maybe a 4x3 just to be able to cut out some of the twigs or the branches right beside it. Like especially this tree right here, because this just kind of detracts from the, just sort of detracts from everything. All right, let's get you set up better. All right, try to be careful not to crush all the branches around here. I do have to work a little quickly though. The light is fading. It's about 7:05 right now. Sundown should be in about an hour or so. Let's bring you in a little closer so you can actually see behind the image. The sun is just starting to pop off behind the actual subject right now. Just cutting out everything from this side all the way over here to this junk, and especially that. Just isolating it so that way we just have the picture in the center of the frame. Okay, now again, ISO 100. I went with f4.5 just to help soften up the background just a little bit, but still be able to keep the entire tree. I'm just going into 10x just to make sure that the thing is actually perfectly in focus. Now that that is set up, two-second timer. So we did one where we were focusing on the bottom of the trunk. Now we're gonna try one where we focus a little bit more on the top area of the trees. Focus in on that. Perfect. I do like that tree over there. That kind of has an interesting shape, but it just looks so bland. But there is the little tiny bit of white flower growing out through it. I do like that. Well, anyway, we'll put this away, start looking around, see if we can find a second photo. There's either mint or chives or something up here because it smells awesome. I believe it is mint, but I could be mistaken. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I have to shut off all my Bluetooth and everything, or else my the microphone makes this weird chirping, chiding sound. Just makes a strange sound if I don't do it. Okay. Don't seem to have forgotten anything else. So somebody threw a tire up in a tree over here. Oh, now that I'm looking at it from a different angle, that first picture we took, that first composition actually does look very nice. And there is the tire in the tree I was talking about. There. Huh. There's a lot of dead bush, or dead twigs and shit all over the ground too. And if you look at that one, look how dead that tree looks. It's kind of funny how I have no idea how these look as I'm walking. What a nice area up here. I may have to put the drone up just to get a little look-sees around here. But it looks like somebody built a blind over there. See the little circle over here? Oh, I wonder what they were doing that for. All right, so we have a bit of a clearing over here. I'm gonna put the drone up and see if we can find anything out here. But first, I'm gonna have to set you up somewhere that's actually level. Let's get the drone out, have a little look around. %, that should be okay. I do have space in the back as well for a laptop. I need to start carrying something that's sort of flat, kind of the perfect shape in order for me to actually launch my drone. But hopefully for right now, at least, it should be okay on the back of this. Everything's ready to go. It's interesting how much you forget about storytelling, how usually I would just have all this set up kind of off screen. All right, see you guys again in a bit. Time to put away all of my stuff now. Apparently the gimbal said it was stuck somehow, even though it seems to be moving perfectly fine. I mean, I don't understand that, but whatever. All right. Well, let's see if there's any more interesting images. There's a lot of cloud cover right now. As you can see, the sky is starting to perfectly light up now. Keep ending it. Oh, well, whatever. What time are we at here? 7:35. All right, so we should still have about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour of light left. Have a little walks around just to see if we can see anything else that we might catch our eye. And if not, well, we'll head back to the car and come back at probably tomorrow morning. I was reading the sign. It says you can be here at 6 a.m., which is perfect because it just says the sun's coming up. So I may have to be here a few minutes before then. So this has been a very fun walk today. I have gone to some very interesting places, found out some very cool things, and I think we actually have one of the picture that I'm actually proud of for those 3 trees. Now, of course, I would love to be able to find another one. However, the light is absolutely fading. Oop, raspberry bushes. The light is absolutely fading, and everything I take now will just be very dull and muted. But, ooh, that looks interesting. See the green starting to come up from the tips of the leaves here. And the base of the tree still going up in every which way, shape, or form, which that looks very interesting. Well, we're gonna have to come back up here another day when the sunlight's shining. Just so you can see, the light is really starting to pop off now towards the horizon a little bit. But unfortunately, where we are right now, we are a little bit trapped in with the light, but that's fine. It's almost 8 o'clock right now anyway, so the sun's going down in about 25 minutes. So we have about 20 minutes of light left to make it back to the car. Which, as I'm sure you saw in the drone footage, is probably about, I want to say like a kilometer or 2 over there. It's not really that far. It's interesting where with the YouTube channel, a lot of places where we go and explore / visit, you wouldn't even think about it, but with the camera in your hand, you just want to look around and find interesting compositions. I do appreciate that. Well, now comes the easier bit about just hiking back down the mountain now. Well, down the hill anyway. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about that image. I very much so liked the first one we did, but the second one where you could just barely see the lilacs, I'm not sure about. I may need to crop after the fact, which, as my R8 only has 24 megapixels, I don't really want to crop too much. And that's not saying very much. My very first camera had 2 whole megapixels. That was barely anything. 24 seems like a lot. One of these days I'll show you a box and the old Olympus I first started with. All right, well, we are almost back at the car, guys, so I'm just gonna sign out here while I throw everything in the vehicle. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Hope to catch you guys again next week.